I don't know. I think he's a soft issue. I think he's going to lose some games. I don't know for sure. So let's see.
I've seen you say on TV it could be a while. Just what does that look like? Weeks?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about Mata, and then you never control these things. So we'll see. It's a guy that is always fit, so he can recover quite well. But I don't know.
All right, so Bruno Fernandes coming off at halftime in this Manchester United game. It's very rare, Nico, to see a Manchester United side without Bruno. In the 5 years that he's been there, only 16 games, 16 days that he has missed with this club. How much of an impact will this have?
16 days, 16. That's what,
3 games.
16 days.
3 games he's missed in 5 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, especially in today's football.
Listen, we've seen Bruno Fernandes play, and we understand how good he is. If you look at numbers, if you want to look at numbers, if you're a numbers person, as an outfield player, he is leading several important categories in playmaking. Like, there's no two ways around understanding that this guy is critical to Manchester United because he's a top quality player. So I wonder how it is that they adjust. And it's just such a shame that Manchester United isn't at its best, because I think we'd be talking about Bruno Fernandes in a completely different context if United was a very good football team. Like if United was the United of old, right? This guy would be like pushing icon status. Obviously, you have to back that up with trophies and all these things, but he's like a force. And I don't know what you're going to get from Manchester United. Like, I don't know if it's like if it's sustainable not having Bruno Fernandes.
Well, that's the conversation, isn't it? Like, there's a lot of people. When you've been there so long, you start to think that Bruno Fernandes is the problem. There's a lot of people that wanted Bruno Fernandes to be sold in the summer. There's £100 million bid from Saudi Arabia, and it was like a split. Some people saying we need him, other people saying cash in because then we can get more players. For me, he is very critical, and I think now Man United, not only as a team but as a fan base, will start to understand just how critical he is to the role. Because when he's off the pitch, and you saw the second half yesterday, no real leaders, no real dynamism within there. It was give the ball to Cunha and hope he could do something. For a Man United team, that's poor, really poor. You need a Fernandes, you need Mbeumo, you need 7 or 8 players who can do something on the day. A lot of Man United players, in my opinion, are run-of-the-mill players. They are. If you let them leave now on a free, I don't know how many of them end up at a top 16. I really don't.
He controls pace. He controls the recovery in that midfield. He controls everything from the center of the park for this Manchester United team. We saw a stat there. It said he's responsible for 23% of all the chances created this season for Manchester United. That's 1/5, just one player. It's going to be extremely tough for them to be able to find ways to get results. It's already hard enough with him on the pitch for this United side. With him off the pitch, there isn't that leader, there isn't that controller in the midfield, and I do think that they were going to struggle if he is going to be out for any period of time, especially during this time of the year where the fixture list is just so congested.
It's interesting as well because, you know, we talk about body language and obviously he's very arms in the air, very animated, isn't he, in what he does. It'd be interesting now to see how everybody else reacts around him. Do they embody what he does now, and when people make mistakes, it's arms being thrown in the air? Or is he that one of his flaws that when he does that, other people do it? Do the team come together now and band together and say, right, who's going to be the leaders? Because, again, a lot of injuries for Man United. No one's really speaking about it, but no Harry Maguire, no De Ligt, and Webber obviously has gone with the AFCON, so has Ahmad. So there's a lot of good players that are not available. So who now within the rest of the group steps up and says, right, let me be the person who steps forward. Let me take this role. For me personally, I've had quite a few things to say recently about Kobbie Mainoo. Very disappointed, obviously, in the fact that he had a knock. You know, I'm doing that because I haven't actually been told what's wrong with him. He's just got a knock and he's gone. But if you want to put it into perspective, and this is where the recency bias really frustrates me. Bruno Fernandes, 16 days he's missed in 5 years. Kobbie Mainoo in 2 years has missed 18 games through injuries. But there's this big clamour around Kobbie Mainoo, and he needs to be playing and he should be playing. Well, again, I've been there as a young player, you're looking and you think, I remember being a young striker thinking I should be playing ahead of the older striker, the captain at the time. That captain never got injured. The moment I got into the team and stayed in the team was because of injury. And I was fit, I was available, I was ready, and the rest is history. Bruno Fernandes has gone down. You should now be in a position where you're ready to go in and attack. And obviously, if you are injured, that's unfortunate. But you have to wait for your moments and be ready. Not have your brother having T-shirts saying "Free Mainoo." Is your brother going to have a T-shirt now saying, "Oh, sorry, he's injured, Mainoo"? I don't think so. So be ready, be available, and in this situation, go and attack. This for me is borderline embarrassing. It's something that if a family member of mine did that, I'd have to distance myself from that family member completely.
Borderline is a little bit nice. Like, how does this end up happening? Do you think he went to Kobbie and said, "Hey, I'm going to do this"?
I think it's completely about. I think this is his half brother, I believe. He used to be on X Factor or something like that. One of those
Love Island.
Love Island. There you go. One of them silly programs. My apologies, but it's all about him having a moment for himself to make himself relevant again. And for me, it's embarrassing. And not only does it embarrass him for him as an individual, but look how much spotlight and pressure you've now put on your brother. If it's all about your brother, you should be trying to protect him, look after him, keep him focused and aligned on what you're doing. Not throw all this spotlight where everybody's talking about him. You've got legends like Paul Scholes, Nicky Butt, even Gary Neville talking about how we need to see these. Rio Ferdinand talking about how we need to see these young kids play, and they're doing all the good talking for him. But I would love to challenge anyone. When was the last good game we've seen of Kobbie Mainoo? I keep hearing about the FA Cup final. That was a little while ago.
A while ago. We had a good moments of Kobbie Mainoo. We didn't have a good season of Kobbie Mainoo yet, right? And it's such a shame because you want these young footballers that you want to see the hunger, the drive, the willingness, right? And then suddenly we're talking about making moves, finding a place elsewhere. It will be very telling in their next game. What's their next game? Newcastle, I think?
Newcastle.
Huge game.
Right? You have Casemiro back.
Yes.
Like, he had to play. I think it was a more personnel decision that he had to play Lisandro Martinez in that.
He played very well, by the way. Very well.
A position that's not foreign to him. He's played holding midfielder before, that six type of role. But now that he has Ugarte, Casemiro, and Lisandro, does Ruben Amorim rate Kobbie Mainoo enough to fit within those three in that position?
I think you've just stumbled onto a great point there. It's not does he trust him. What does he know the other three give him?
Right.
No headache. No media noise. They do the job. Those three things are important. They're important, not even in football, but just in life. If we had somebody that, I don't know, doesn't turn up one day and then turns up 2 days later, it's like, oh, I'm back and now I think I should be doing the main show. Well, hold on, you're not going to be here. And I just think this entitlement that's crept into football now.
To the generation of footballers, the younger generation. Again, it goes back to instant gratification. You have a good moment, like Kobbie Mainoo had in an FA Cup final. And Cesc Fabregas spoke about this in the Kicking It, right? It's like, all right, great. The next game, and the next game, and the next game, and the next game. I honestly question, does Ruben Amorim rate Kobbie Mainoo? Because look, Casemiro and Ugarte are your enforcers in that midfield position. Then who are you going to complement that alongside? Lisandro Martinez has a lot of quality to play, to create.
I'm going to ask you, I'm going to ask everybody on here a question.
Kobbie Mainoo?
What's his best position?
Yeah, in that deep.
I mean, the center midfield, but you don't know if it's a 6 or an 8. You're right, and that's a good way to put it. But to play a little bit of devil's advocate here, you mentioned that he's other players that he has there, Ugarte and Casemiro, no headaches. Are the headaches created by Kobbie Mainoo? I understand that he hasn't been fit, and your best ability is availability and being able to be there for your team and not have to suffer through so many injuries. But are those headaches really created by Kobbie Mainoo because he hasn't had many chances to play? Like, I understand that he maybe hasn't performed in the few chances that he's had, but we know that the quality's there. But to get any type of consistency,
forget about what the brother did. Forget about what the brother did.
Do we though?
Do we not think that he has any type of?
I'm more of a show me a large body of work and I'll tell you what somebody is.
And if he's not playing in training, like if there's something in training that tells Amorim, I'd rather go with this player in this position than
Nico,
player out of position.
I'll tell you this story, right? And this is what I always tell young players. If you're not playing, and the manager says, you're the manager for argument's sake, Nico, Troy, I'm not playing you. I'm not playing now for 8-9 games. I'll knock on your door. Amorim's talked about this because no one's knocked on his door yet, including Bruno Fernandes. Hey, Nico, sorry, boss, can I just ask, why am I not playing? Can you give me 3 things to work on? You might say, you need to run more, and train harder in the gym, or I want to see you make tackles on the training pitch. Do you know what I do every single time I make a tackle on the pitch? Hey, like that, coach, that what you'll see. Hey, like that, coach, every single day, to the point where you have to say now, those 3 things that you said, I'm now doing. I'm not only doing it, I'm throwing it in your face because you told me that's why I'm not playing. If then after that, you're still not playing, now we've got a problem because you told me things that you need to see me work on. I'm doing that and now it's not working. But what every young player seems to be doing now is going, not my fault. Yeah. Manager, again, I keep going back to this guy, but he's a perfect example. You look at cultural setting from Man United, we know it's wrong. Rashford spoke about it being wrong. It was fine when he was taking all the contracts, but that's another story. Garnacho, it was all wrong, it was against him. These guys have gone off now. Are they setting the world alight? Yeah. Are they, they've had to fit in to other infrastructures and be part of it and actually spend a lot of time on the bench. So my challenge to Kobbie Mainoo is, you're a fantastic young man by all accounts. Where do you think you're going after this? What team do you think you're starting in? Who do you go to now and go, right, you're the main person? You be careful, because you'll end up leaving Man United and ended up at a mid-level team and being found out.
But also, United born and bred, right? Mm-hmm. Like, this is a club that would keep their own, right, and build them. And now we're getting rumors of Kobbie Mainoo possibly leaving somewhere even outside of England.
He tried to leave in the summer.
Right.
Everyone keeps forgetting. Yeah. He tried to leave in the summer.
So would you want to see him go somewhere else?
No, I want to see him, as a challenge to him, work hard, stay, fight the cause. You say you're good enough to be at Man United, you say you want to do it, go and show us. Go and show us. Yeah. I was getting a little bit ropey for, 6-7 months? I've got to leave. The reason you want to leave, 6-7, all the kids, sorry, my fault. 6-7 months and now you want to leave, well, that to me says you're quitting on the job. It's getting hard, I need to jump ship. Also, there's a World Cup coming, I think I should be playing in that. If you're just thinking for the World Cup, I promise you, this career of yours is not going to be anywhere near you want. It's day to day, it's week to week. You've got to earn it. No one's going to give it you.
Yeah. Well, you spoke. Newcastle's the next test for Manchester United. We'll see if Kobbie Mainoo is featuring in that one. Newcastle over the weekend, they drew 2-2 against Chelsea. Here's a look at the other notable results. Manchester City 3-0 over West Ham. Bournemouth drew 1-1 to Burnley. Liverpool versus Tottenham. Liverpool took that win. Tottenham went down to 9 men at one point. Arsenal 1-0 over Everton. And for Liverpool in that game, we did see Alexander Isak go down with a very terrible injury that was hard to watch in that one. So we're awaiting news to see what they say. They're saying medical tests are happening today over in Liverpool. So
Leandro Trossard proved to be the perfect antidote to Arsenal's attacking frustrations, following Mikel Arteta's candid remarks about Victor Gyökeres. Gyökeres may have struggled to truly impress since his summer arrival at Arsenal, but over the weekend, there was finally a glimpse of what he is capable of. More importantly, Trossard showed exactly why he could be the key to unlocking the Swedish striker's full potential during Arsenal's hard-fought 2-1 victory over Wolves at the Emirates Stadium. The 31-year-old winger injected fresh energy into Mikel Arteta's side on Saturday night and helped breathe new life into the Gunners' attack. Shortly after replacing Gabriel Martinelli in the second half, Arsenal found the breakthrough. While Trossard did not directly contribute to either the opening goal or the dramatic stoppage time winner, his influence on the game was undeniable. Trossard took control of proceedings, dictating the tempo and pulling the strings down the left flank. Time and again, he dismantled Wolves' compact defensive setup, releasing Miles Lewis-Skelly into space, picking out Declan Rice on the edge of the box, and crucially, feeding Gyökeres with intelligent, well-timed passes. Operating as a creative hub, the Belgian showcased his playmaking qualities, delivering sharp, purposeful distribution. His introduction completely shifted the momentum of the match, and for the first time in weeks, Arsenal's $64 million striker briefly looked like a genuine threat. Before Trossard's arrival, Gyökeres endured a frustrating and ineffective outing in attack. In fact, the Belgian was the only player to carve out a clear-cut opportunity for the 27-year-old forward, slipping a simple yet incisive ball in behind the Wolves' backline. Gyökeres controlled the pass, beat his defender, and aimed for the far post. Wolves goalkeeper Sam Johnstone was beaten, but the Swedish striker saw his effort agonizingly drift just wide. If Arteta truly wants to get the best out of Gyökeres, then granting Trossard a more prominent role in the starting 11th could be the solution. Speaking to TNT Sports after the win, the Arsenal manager openly addressed the challenges facing his marquee signing. "It's a collaboration between the two," Arteta explained. "He was in some really good positions, but the ball didn't arrive quickly enough, accurately enough, or with the precision a number 9 needs to score." But his commitment and intention were there, and we have to keep pushing. Arteta was equally vocal in defending Gyökeres prior to the match, urging patience with the striker's adaptation to English football. "There was huge expectation because we were signing a proven goal scorer, probably with the best statistics in Europe," Arteta said. "But he's coming into a different league, the most demanding league in the world. What happens if he doesn't score in 5 or 6 games? That was the only question I asked him. How are you going to react if you don't score in 5 or 6 matches? Can you handle that? And what about the next 100 games? That's what people need to see. The sample size is still very small, so leave him alone. Let him do what he does best. Support him, and I'm convinced things will come good." That message from Arteta resonated beyond the Emirates. In the days following the Wolves' victory, the debate around Gyökeres intensified among pundits, supporters, and former players. While some questioned whether Arsenal's record signing is truly suited to the Premier League's pace and physicality, others pointed to the structural issues around him rather than the striker himself. Much of the post-match analysis focused on Arsenal's chance creation and balance in the final third. The Wolves game highlighted a recurring theme this season. Gyökeres often makes the right movements, but the service into dangerous areas has been inconsistent. When Trossard entered the match, that problem briefly disappeared. Arsenal suddenly looked more fluid, more unpredictable, and far better equipped to supply a traditional number 9. Former players speaking on television and radio were quick to note the contrast. With Trossard drifting inside and linking play, Arsenal's attacking shape became more compact, allowing Gyökeres to stay higher up the pitch and occupy central defenders. That, in turn, created space for midfield runners like Rice and Ødegaard to arrive late in the box. It was a glimpse of an attacking formula that Arsenal have rarely sustained this season. The reaction from supporters has been equally divided. While frustration with Gyökeres' goal return remains, there is growing appreciation for his work rate, physical presence, and willingness to press from the front. Many fans now see Trossard as the missing connector, the player who can translate Gyökeres' movement into genuine scoring opportunities. Internally, Arteta faces an important decision. Persisting with a front line that isolates Gyökeres risks damaging the striker's confidence, especially with tougher fixtures on the horizon. At the same time, promoting Trossard to a regular starting role could mean reshuffling wide positions and reducing Martinelli's minutes, a bold call that would not come without consequences. Yet football at the highest level often comes down to chemistry rather than reputation. The Wolves match suggested that Arsenal's most expensive signing may not need drastic changes to his own game, but rather the right supporting cast around him. If Arteta embraces that idea, Gyökeres's slow start could soon be remembered as nothing more than a difficult adjustment period. For now, the pressure remains. Goals will ultimately define Gyökeres's Arsenal career, and patience in North London is never unlimited. But with Trossard offering clarity, creativity, and calm in possession, Arsenal may finally have found the key to unlocking their striker and turning promise into consistent production.